Hey everyone, this is Mark Tolly from War of the Stars, a Star Wars podcast. And normally at this point, you'd be hearing me talk about how we are deep within the Outer Rim, far beyond the watchful eyes of the Galactic Empire, and be introducing you to the panel for the night. Unfortunately, because of some technical issues on our last episode, which we recorded last night, I don't feel that the show is up to stuff, and that's not the fault of myself or the guest. We just had some technical difficulties and just some other things that were going on with the show, and I personally do not want to put out anything but the best Star Wars content that I feel is worthy to be put up. And honestly, I just did not feel that last night's show fit that bill. So instead, we're going to do a little mini episode of War of the Stars, a little War of the Stars extra maybe. And honestly, I don't even know where I'm going to take this episode today or what I'm going to be talking about. I might just touch on a little bit on the something I've talked about before in the past, but it's still something that I feel needs to be kind of discussed, is the state of the fandom, the Star Wars fandom. This kind of divisive attitude of the prequelers versus the original trilogyers versus the sequel fans. And just this whole idea of gatekeeping. Like I said, we've touched on it before, but it's just stupid. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but your opinion matters as much as the next person's. And people are confusing opinions with facts. And this goes for all sides. Whether you love the sequels, whether you hate the sequels, whether you hate anything to do with Disney, whether you like only parts of the Disney Star Wars movies, or whatever. Just because you think something or have an opinion of something does not make it fact. Let me give you an example. Fact. The Rise of Skywalker is a movie. That is a fact. The Rise of Skywalker was directed by J.J. Abrams. That is a fact. The Rise of Skywalker is a bad movie. That is not a fact. That is an opinion. The same goes with, say, any other Star Wars movie. Last Jedi. I've heard many people say that it is unequivocally a bad movie. No, it's not. That is an opinion. You think it is a bad movie, just like other people think it is a good movie. Again, I could not say that it is a fact that The Rise of Skywalker is a good movie, because that is not a fact. That is an opinion. That is something that I think. That is something that I consider it to be a good movie. Now, that's just me saying that. I'm on the fence on Last Jedi, honestly. I see good aspects of it, but I also see where people can criticize it. I'm just using it as an example of the difference between a fact and an opinion. We need to get over this idea that just because someone else likes something that we don't like, that they are somehow bad, or they are somehow not on the same level with us, or that they are not quote-unquote true fans. I've said this time and time again, people. Just because you don't like something that somebody else likes, or let me rephrase that. If you like Star Wars, you are a Star Wars fan. End of discussion. It doesn't matter what version of Star Wars you like or don't like. If you like a version of Star Wars, you are a Star Wars fan. If you've only seen the sequels, First of all, you need to go out and watch the rest of them because they're amazing. But if you've only seen the sequels, and that's the only thing you have, you're a Star Wars fan. I don't care what anybody else says. You are a Star Wars fan. Don't let anyone tell you differently. And the same thing that goes with the sequels. If the only thing you like is the sequels, that's fine. That is absolutely fine. You're a Star Wars fan. But don't belittle those who like something different. Accept them. You can go around and say, you know what? I just didn't get it. It wasn't for me. But you know what? Welcome to the family. Welcome to the fold. May the force be with you. Come on in. You're a fan. Just because I don't like it or understand it doesn't mean that I'm going to belittle you or think you less than me. Because that's just wrong. And for us older fans, we should be, instead of rolling our eyes and scoffing at the younger fans, we should be accepting them in. We should be the Jedi Masters to these young Padawans, teaching them. When they come to us and say things like, well, who's this? Who's this guy? I mean, who's this Lando? We should be, come here, young, come here. Let me tell you about the coolest man in the galaxy. Come here. We should be teaching them. We should be showing them like, hey, you know why this happened here? Well, let me take you back and show you why this happened. And who this person is, or why this happened this way, or why these characters are important. That's what we should be doing. So that's basically my rant in a nutshell. Like I said, just a short little mini episode. Right now I'm at a little over 7 minutes, so a very, very short episode. We will be recording again next week, hopefully with a full crew. I can't promise if my guest, Brian Miller, will be here next week or not. We are going to be trying to redo our episode on Padme Amidala. And who knows, sometime in the future, I might post up the episode that we just recorded last night as kind of a special behind the scenes. Maybe even something on Patreon. But until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day. And as always, may the force be with you.